NBC 26 live at 5, digging out after several inches of snow slammed northeast Wisconsin. Frigid temperatures move in. Plus, the Packers pull off a win against the Bears in the freezing cold. And union workers fight to keep their pensions, how they're preparing to deal with a new administration in 2017. We begin tonight with a weather alert. The snow has come to an end, but temperatures plummeted overnight. Meteorologist Matt Hoffman joins us now. Matt, how cold is it going to get?
Well, Raquel, it's going to be a frigid night, even colder than what we saw early this morning. Temperatures already tumbling out there, 2 below in Green Bay. It's 4 below in Clintonville, 8 below right now in Wautoma. Temperatures will drop off quickly this evening, and so will wind chills. It already feels like 30 below in Anago, 18 below in Green Bay, and 20 below in Appleton. We do have a wind chill advisory for the entire NBC 26 viewing area through tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Wind chills as cold as 20 to 35 degrees below zero. You are going to want to bundle up overnight tonight and heading out the door tomorrow morning. Temperatures plummet pretty quick out there this evening, but will gradually rise later into the night. And we do have a warm up in the forecast. This cold air is going to be heading away. I'll let you know when that warm air arrives coming up.
Well, at least 5 people are killed on the roads and hundreds of others accidents reported across the Midwest. The snow made things slick, but as the cold sets in, roads began to ice over as some of the coldest temperatures the country has seen this year set in. NBC's Morgan Radford has that story.
A chilling moment caught on cell phone video. A tractor trailer bursts into flames just moments after slipping off an icy highway bridge, jumping the barrier, and then plummeting to the ground below. That crash set off a chain reaction. Its debris causing a 55-car pileup, killing 2 and injuring several others. Mirror images seen throughout the country. Icy conditions causing accidents.
It's put the fear of God in me. I'm going to go home. I'm going to stay in today.
And even more pileups like this one in New Mexico involving 40 cars. In Indianapolis, people spent the night stranded inside their vehicles on an interstate gridlocked for more than 9 hours because of ice.
Turned the car off most of the time to conserve fuel.
Others took matters into their own hands, driving the wrong way to an exit ramp, desperate for an escape despite the danger. Freezing temperatures making it even more difficult for rescue crews.
Here in the Northeast, it's all about cleanup and prevention. This is 350 tons of salt designed to melt that ice on the roads.
It's slippery spots. It's hard to see the ice. That's the problem. All of a sudden you hit something, you're sliding.
Drivers across the country tonight on high alert.
This is the North. I mean, this isn't Florida, so you have to be ready for pretty much anything.
Here locally, a tow ban was lifted this morning across much of northeast Wisconsin, and that had tow truck drivers working double time. Tow truck drivers put in those extra hours as dozens of cars line the ditches along Interstate 41 and elsewhere, a result of roads getting slick during the storm.
We try to get to everybody as fast as possible. And I understand people are impatient sometimes. We've had calls where they want us there in 30 minutes. That's impossible when you're handling over 60, 70 calls in one 24-hour period.
Tow truck drivers want people to be patient. They say they have long lists of customers, but they will get to your vehicle. Well, people throughout northeast Wisconsin now are preparing for below zero temperatures. Neighbors staying on top of shoveling this afternoon before all the fresh snow hardens in the deep freeze. Ice and frostbite now becoming an even bigger concern. NBC 26's Billy Wagner joins us live in Ashwaubenon now with the latest. Billy?
Yeah, Raquel, neighbors and snowplow crews have been working all weekend long to clear these roads and highways you see behind me of that wet, slushy, heavy snow before it hardens tonight and turns to ice. And now whether shoveling or driving, experts warn that these frigid temperatures can turn deadly fast.
When it gets this cold, pavement that seems clear can really be dangerous.
The driving surfaces can change in just a matter of minutes.
Highway safety experts say with hypothermia and frostbite more likely in freezing temperatures, staying warm is critical for drivers stuck in the ditch.
Stay in your car, but if you're low on gas, start the car intermittently every 5 or 10 minutes.
If you're stuck in inches of fresh snow, experts say it's also important to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning pollution by keeping it out of your tailpipe.
You need to be aware of that. Maybe check your pipe, make sure your exhaust is coming out good.
Meanwhile, in Green Bay,
Plenty of snowfalls like this, and they come and go, and some years are worse than others.
neighbors like Ryan Beaumont,
Just to get the driveway cleaned off, sidewalks cleared, just so it doesn't freeze.
working to keep his neighbor's driveway and walkway free from the weekend snow before it becomes virtually impossible to move.
The end of the driveways usually are the ones that are the heaviest from the snowfall, and if those freeze, it's very difficult to move, even with a snowblower. So if you can get to it before it happens, all the better.
Working to stay ahead of the weather. Now, drivers are especially reminded to prepare for these freezing temperatures by bringing a blanket, hats, and mittens, anything with them in the car to keep them warm just in case. And if stranded and you're running your car to stay warm, experts say keep a window cracked, if only slightly, to avoid that CO poisoning chance. Reporting live in Ashwaubenon, keeping you connected, Billy Wagnus, NBC 26.
Well, now that the snow has ended, several of you have sent us pictures of how much snow fell in your area. Now, this one comes to us from Dennis Andre. It's his porch in Algoma, where they've seen almost a foot of snow. And this one comes to us out of Clintonville. You can see Candy Cane Lane here even needs to be shoveled, even after all of this snow. Well, you can track the latest weather conditions with us using interactive radar, see what road conditions are, and even check for delays and closings. Just download the free NBC 26 app. Well, new at 5, an early morning fire at Kaukauna Paper Mill causing a scare this morning. Fire crews were called around 3:30 to the Expira Specialty Solutions on the 600 block of Thilmany Road. When crews arrived, the sprinkler system had doused most of the flames, but fire crews found heavy smoke in the ventilation system. The fire is believed to have started there. No one was injured, and there's minimal damage to the building as a result of that fire. Wisconsin's union workers are joining with other states to bring a united message to Washington in the fight for their pensions. Back in May, the Treasury Department rejected proposed cuts to the Teamsters Central States Retirement Plan. Teamsters have now established the National Unified Committee to Protect Pensions. The group is working to educate lawmakers, especially newcomers, on their mission.
All that information has to be brought back again to those elected to these various positions in Congress. So we know there's a process that we're going to go through, and it's somewhat, we're going to have to go back 2 years and share with them how we got in this situation.
We have power in numbers, and we have common sense. That's something I feel Washington has lost, and we've been told that by Congress members.
The group says growing their grassroots effort and getting active workers more involved are goals in 2017. Wisconsin Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin joined the rally in Milwaukee yesterday. Well, the Packers pulled off a big win over their longest rival, the Bears. Andy McDonald, he has the latest on what it means for a playoff run. Andy?
Hey, thanks, Raquel. Go ahead and party like it's 1933. For the first time in over 80 years, this storied rivalry, the longest such series in the NFL with the Bears, is all tied up at 94, 94, and 6. And also, Green Bay now controls their own destiny in the NFC North. To a chilly Soldier Field, 11 degrees at kickoff was actually surprisingly warm. The Packers led 27-10, but the Bears scored 17 straight points in the fourth quarter to tie it up. Then, with just over a minute to play, Aaron Rodgers, he goes in the phone booth and comes out Superman. He hits Jordy Nelson deep over the middle for a 60-yard gain with less than 30 seconds remaining. They'll spike it, and that sets up the game-winning field goal from Mason Crosby. He drills it as the Packers win in thrilling fashion, 30-27. Green Bay now controls their own destiny, thanks to some help in the NFC North. And for more on the game and the win, we go out to Charlie Sakaitis at balmy Soldier Field.
Oh, it's quite warm out here, Andy, and actually this game is a game that had anything you could want out of football. The Packers scored an early touchdown. Ty Montgomery, the receiver turned into a running back, had a heck of a day, went over 160 yards. You also had the defense get a couple of interceptions, some turnovers, but then things got a little bit wonky there. The lead getting away from the Packers. Doesn't matter. At the end, you saw it just a few seconds ago. That Rodgers to Nelson pass setting up the game-winning field goal was all it took for this team to be right where they need to be. They got the win, and that is the important part.
Excited about the victory. Puts us in position to control our own destiny, and that's all you can ask for at this time of year, especially going into 2 more division games, and especially for what we've been through earlier. So
it's fun to be standing here at 8-6. We all know what 4-6 felt like. I mean, that was tough. We were playing badly. We were taking it on the chin, rightfully so, from the media. But we never stopped believing in each other, and we've stuck together. And I give our coaching staff and our leadership a lot of credit for that.
Everybody that we talked to in the locker room after this game was asked about the fact that they now control their own destiny, but nobody getting too far ahead of themselves. They're just looking at this next game on Christmas Eve against the Vikings and doing what they can do, which is control the games they play, do the things they do. From Soldier Field, Charlie Sakaitis, NBC 26.
Well, still ahead here on NBC 26, dozens of kids are getting an extra special Christmas gift this year. But first, temperatures are feeling frigid out there. How long will the cold air stick around? Your forecast is next.